if I had to
that
guess,
looks weird to me.
No, you have zero respect for me. I'm done. Okay, I got a video that I wanted to drop a really hot take on. Have you seen this video?
Hit me.
Okay.
I've not seen it.
Get ready. 1 second.
Ooh!
I think he was holding a blunt. Somebody in chat said. Yeah, watch it one more time so you understand what's going on.
Ooh! Ooh!
Oh, it was a rolling tray. It was a
when
tray
he
weight.
hit her, how did he hit her? Can you just roll it back to the moment he hit her? Ooh! It looked like an open palm to the back of the head?
I think so, yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
You're not mad at that?
You know, isn't this one of those around to find out kind of moments?
Is it?
I mean, somebody go to smack your hand or whatever's in it, and then you smack them once. Like, am I really that mad?
Okay, Ab was leaving soon. Don't worry. F you. Okay. All right. You stole my hot take. All right.
Is it?
Yeah. My hot take is that I think proportionally and everything, given time to think about it and all of that, this is clearly wrong. But if somebody hits somebody and somebody hits them back in within 2 seconds, I have a really hard time judging that. Like as an impulse thing, mainly because I don't consider myself a violent person, but there have been times where I've wanted to, where even Nathan might do something stupid. Like he thinks it's funny to pinch my fucking arm, and I'm like, I'm about to kill you, motherfucker. Or if somebody just walks and smack shit. Have you ever had a girl do this? I had one girlfriend that used to do this. Oh my God. Have you ever had a girl where when you go to yawn, she sticks her finger in your mouth? I don't know why. I've known a couple girls do this. I had one girlfriend do this.
Specific thing.
You go
There's no way that's
you're
common.
Next to. I don't know. I don't think it's that common, but I've met people that do this. And one girl I dated, where they stick their finger in my mouth. You have to stop. It drives me insane. Oh my God. But yeah, and if you walk up to somebody, you smack their shit, and they smack you back is almost like a reflex. I'm like, eh. Now if somebody chases you down and punches you a minute or two later, I think, okay, that's much. But if you smack somebody or do some shit and somebody smacks back, I have no sympathy.
I have two questions. The first question is, do these people know each other? Because they're already recording. I don't know why they're recording. So it feels like a bit of a setup because the way she's walking, it looks premeditated what she's about to do. The dude already has a camera ready.
Yeah, if I had to guess,
that looks weird to me.
Yeah, if I had to guess, and I don't know, maybe she's friends with the recorder, and he's like, you should go smack that out of his hand. I'll record. It'll be funny. Maybe.
Yeah,
but it's a guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think between friends, I'm not a big fan of this.
Well, I don't know if he's friends with her though,
which is the thing. But just the setting is very bizarre. This looks like people who know each other.
Sure.
So I think if my friend did something like that, I don't know if I would immediately go to smack them. Would I be upset if somebody did that between a friend group? It would still be understandable, but I think I would be less understanding. If a stranger is doing this, I have no problem with him smacking her after she smacked him. Me personally.
Sure, yeah.
If this is a friend group, it's a bit weirder dynamic.
Read the title of the tweet. She spilled dude's weed. Why is it so openly accepted to be addicted to smoking? I literally seen a say he was finna break his baby daughter hand because she picked up his blunt. This generation is fucking cooked. They're probably joking, maybe.
I don't know. I'd be pretty pissed if somebody I didn't know did some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of videos of people smacking weed out of people's hands while they're rolling up like it's a common prank. Some of the prank stuff, we've been saying this for years, is a little bit too far. That would be anytime you're assaulting somebody, that's probably way too far. I also can't imagine, I'm not even addicted to weed, but if you're rolling a blunt and you've got you're ready to smoke, you got all your shit there, and somebody comes and f***s your shit up, oof, yeah.
Hey, since you're going to do some react stuff to things that are trending and things like that, I got two things for you.
Oh boy!
That I'm curious on your take about.
Did I really tweet this, guys? Jesus. Okay.
Let me send it to your Discord so that you can just pop it up on screen easily. All right. Since we're all on the relationship drama stuff, here you go. Number one.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, if it was food, I'd be even more pissed. If somebody slapped the food out of my hand, bro, that's a fight for sure. That's a wild thing to do to a stranger.
Yeah.
But are a lot of people saying this is unacceptable what he did?
I don't even know what they're talking about. Somebody just linked it.
Okay.
I know this is late, but weaponizing competence is absolutely a thing, and you just made me realize that's what my GF probably does. I'm a work-from-home software engineer making 150K, and I do all the cleaning while she only cooks and not that good. 5-year-old relationship, and the feeling of me having to do it all is exactly why I'm never popping the question. Based. Don't do it. I stopped believing women can't figure out technology when I saw the way, bro, I've seen how women work shit on like Snapchat. That's like some black magic sorcery. A woman will say some shit like, I don't know how to log into my fucking email. Like, can you help me? And then later she'll be on her phone on like her 15 different Instagram accounts that she's got linked so that she looks at like one version of a story on every account so she can't be like traced. Like she's some master Jason Bourne hacker. When it comes to doing like all the social media message shit, I'm like, bro, what the If you can figure this shit out, you can figure out like something else. But it's a matter of like, what do you have the desire to do? Jesus. Okay. Wife won't stop buying car. Wait, is this what you just sent me?
Yeah.
Oh, I clicked this earlier and I saw the title and I clicked off because it was such a funny, stupid title.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Default scene. Okay, you want me to read the things? Or?
You have a better reading voice than me.
I hate the new Reddit image shit. It's so fucking annoying.
You have to click on the full image now.
Yeah, but then I have to go back and do this every time. It's just annoying. It's so stupid. Okay. I'm serious. Can I have a Lexus for Christmas? No. Boo, you suck. At least someone is sucking. Ooh. If I suck, will they give me a Lexus? It won't hurt. I want one so bad. I've wanted one my whole life, and they have Christmas deals right now. And I am about to get my master's. I should reward myself. Stop. Okay. They're either heavily joking, this is crazy fake, or this is really stupid. Let's see what we're at. Okay. Next one. We've gone over this. You're too upside down. I hate my life. This sucks. Stop that at work. Love you. Love you. Link to a car. Open all the images, then go through the tabs. Oh, no, okay. Too lazy to do that. Only 24K. Nope. Why? I'm tired of this car payment. It'll be higher unless you get a $10,000 clunker. No, it won't. My payment is at $50,000 financed. This would only be $34,000 financed after. Nope. Stop it. We've gone over this. You made your bed, so you got to sleep in it. This is a wife and a husband?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the wife wants to...
They're talking about are their finances completely separate, or...
It seems like they were together for 7 years and recently got married 2 years ago, according to what he says.
Okay, I'm having a hard time. Just be grateful. Can you send info for a blank account, like blah, blah, blah? I'm going to try and see about getting my phone fixed. Just get on my computer and open the page from the favorites bar. It should log you in. I'm going to go to the store, the AT&T store. Yeah, hello, what? Why are you helloing after 5 minutes? Because I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting for you to give me info.
Don't worry, it gets a little bit spicier in a little bit.
Okay. Hold on. Sorry.
Did your IP ban somebody?
No. Some people make comments. I save them so I can respond to it later. Never mind. They said I have to do it online. LOL. So funny. Did you mow today? No, tomorrow I'll get it done. I promise. Dude, what if I leased a new Cross Sport for 3 years to pay off my B debt? Always gives me a good deal. Some car salesman. No. Why? Because we've been over this already. By the way, being on a first... I don't know if I need to say this or not, but whenever you think you're like getting a good deal, or if you're on like a first name basis with a fucking salesman, you're always getting hosed. Okay, just as a
wait, why?
Because like these people are this is their job is to build a relationship with you to sell you as much shit as possible.
Got you.
Yeah, it is. If you have like a friend who sells cars, they might be able to get you like a slightly better deal or some shit. But like, just be careful if you're making friends with salesmen rather than having friends that happen to be salesmen. Always be careful of that. Because we've been over this already. The new ones are so nice, and Blank knows me. I pay his light bill. I'm trying to get out of negative equity here. None of this. You won't do it by getting a new car. Stop asking. I might. You blank something with this push for a new car, which will fuck you over harder financially. I don't think it would fuck me over financially if it was a good deal. You're $10,000 plus upside down. What are you talking about? That's insane. Go ahead and try to get a car. Hey, holy fuck reader, just open every image in new tab. Stop going back to Reddit individual, clicking the image. How do I open every image in a new tab? Hold on. Nixon, tell me this right now or you're banned until 2024. What button do I click? Are you telling me to click through an individual one, or is there an open all image button? Right click and open in new tab. He wants you to do each one. Okay. Goodbye. Fucking retard. I ban this guy so much. He's so fucking stupid. Okay. If you say one more thing about getting a car to me, I'm blocking you, LeMayo. I refuse to listen to this anymore. For both of our sakes, just drop it. Jesus. Post picture of Jesus. He said he could make it happen for 36 months, just FYI. Bye. Stop. Did you actually block me? Because it's terrible of you. Holy cow, this new one is amazing, and I can get the regular Atlas for kids. 3 rows. Hello. If you're not out of that dealership in the next 10 minutes, I'm calling them and cussing them out. I'm not talking to you. Be an adult and answer the phone. Be an adult and leave. Please answer the phone. Did you block me? No, you blew it. I'm just going to buy it if you don't talk to me like an adult. Do it. See what happens. Answer the goddamn phone. No, you have zero respect for me. I'm done. You were open to the idea when we were looking at Honda. Why aren't you open now? Answer your phone. You're so mature. I hope you like the new car. Congrats. This can't be real. Can you please answer the phone? Can we talk about this, please? I didn't act this way when you were looking at cars. Please stop being a child and answer the phone. I'm good. You do you. I'm not discussing it. You clearly want to make this choice. Disappointed. I haven't decided. That's why I want to talk to you. We said if the numbers work, we could do a car. Well, my decision is no, you're getting scammed. Blank said he would make it work for me. I learned my lesson last time. If it doesn't work, I wouldn't be interested. Same as the Lexus, I wouldn't be interested, but you go ahead and buy yourself another car. If the payment is outrageous, can you please just talk to me? I'm feeling very overwhelmed and would like to talk to my husband. Leave the dealership. I want to get numbers. You're really upsetting me. Can you please talk to me? You're really upsetting me. Once you're back home, I'll be glad to talk to you, but not about cars. Why are you doing this? If you don't talk to me, I'm going to assume I can do what I want. I'm wondering the same thing about you. Why were you okay with it when it was Honda, but now you're not even open to the idea? I could get the children or the regular Atlas for our future children. Please, I'm begging you to talk to me. I wasn't okay with it. I let you get the itch of you buying a new car out and let you see for yourself that you're just fucking yourself harder each time you get a new car. Now you're trying to manipulate me into letting you buy a new car, which we've already discussed is impossible with your new equity. I don't want kids with someone who doesn't respect their husband. There's nothing you can do to say or convince me. I'm 100% against this. End of story. That's all I'm saying. Even if the numbers work, wave. Good God, you're so fucking frustrating. Thanks, love you too. Can you please talk to me, please? I'm begging you, literally in tears in the showroom. If I'm gonna have kids this summer, I like the idea of the bigger car. How dare you do this to me while I'm at work too?
All right, and like right below the post, there's context if it helps out.
This is? Mm-hmm. My wife and I have been together for nearly 8 years, married for 2. In that time I've known her, she's had 6 vehicles. Her car note has increased from $200 to $800 a month in that time. I used to work in the car finance industry, so I know a lot about how the numbers work, but no matter what I say, she keeps getting manipulated by this particular salesman into buying multiple vehicles from him, 3 so far. I'm at a loss here, I don't know what to do. I negotiated for 6 hours with this guy the first time we bought from him, and she's gone on her own for the rest of the vehicles. This is like mental illness, actually. I don't even know what to say.
It has to be, right? I've never met somebody who's this obsessed with getting new cars this often, but I'm wondering if you have any insight to this kind of stuff.
I mean, my parents are like this, but they're both like this.
So what is the compulsion with these people when they're looking at this stuff? Like, what is the itch that they're doing this? This is like so far root, and like we're supposed to cover it at some point. But I just don't understand this at all.
There's a couple things going on. So one, I'm mind reading because I don't think like this at all. But I think this is what's happening. So one, people like this don't actually have an internalized concept of asset versus liability. The only thing they see is monthly payment. So when a lot of people shop for vehicles, especially, this is why car commercials used to do this. I don't know if they'd still do it. All they advertise is the car payment. We can get you in this car for as low as $299 a month. You can be driving out of here with a new BMW for only $349 a month. You can have a new Chevy Silverado F-150, all options, $399 a month at 2% APR. They always talk in sometimes APRs and usually in monthly payments. So as long as the month, that's why she kept saying if the numbers work, if the numbers work, if the numbers work. The only thing she's looking for is to try to get a low monthly payment. And then she probably just people like new cars. They like the novelty of it. They like I'm driving around some new shit and it feels good and blah, blah, blah. People can like cars for different reasons. But on the finance part, I think it's because they just see things in monthly payments.
That dopamine rush has got to be crazy.
For what, getting a new car?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. You drive out, you feel good. Especially if she's already had that experience 6 times. Yeah. 6 vehicles.
What do you think? This level of financial responsibility grounds for divorce? Seems like this has been an ongoing issue. I would have a hard time being in a committed relationship with somebody who consistently wanted to carry on making the most irresponsible financial decisions at the detriment of the both of us.
I've never been with anybody like this. Because this is where my brain goes. The first thing you say is would you get a divorce? And the first thing I want to say is, no, I would probably just keep our finances separated. But then I would think for things that we contribute money to equally, if they couldn't, I would immediately not be okay with it. So for instance, let's say that we're in an apartment and let's say we pay the rent 50-50 and I'm like, listen, if you want to shut up, that's fine. As long as we're financially separate, then do what you want. But if it came to the point where I don't think I can make rent this month or whatever, shit like that, then I'd be like, okay, this is not workable now.
Okay, that makes sense.
But the reality is I wouldn't feel comfortable This sounds really mean. I don't mean to make it sound like I don't think I feel comfortable building a future with somebody with this level of financial incompetence or illiteracy.
Facts.
Yeah, in my opinion, poverty or really high debt or just bad financial trouble is like AIDS or cancer when it comes to affecting your life. Like every single thing. I remember me and Rachel used to fight about so much random shit. After I lost my job at the casino, when we started to go under in our house and everything, like when you have financial shit hanging over you, it fucks everything. You can't go out, you can't go to the movies, you can't go to eat. Every trip to the grocery store is a fight. Like every fucking thing in your life just becomes stressful and fighting. And the idea of being in a relationship with somebody that can't financially handle their shit and is moving us in that direction, I'll never live like that, ever. That's wild to me, and it destroys your. Yeah, I hate that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Here's like a question though. I'm curious for you. Would you, if you got married, would you ever like joint bank account? Like what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine. Would you ever go full like joined on everything?
I would if I've had time to see how they spend money and how they manage stuff. And then I would, yes. That would be how I would do stuff.
Do you like to spend money? Is it fun for you to like buy shit like clothes or?
No, I mean, I do like spending money if I take a trip, like, for example, getting a nice Airbnb or, making sure we have decent tickets and not taking 3 fucking stops in different cities just to make the trip efficient. But outside of experiences, I don't spend money.
Do you think that you are, go ahead, what were you going to say?
Yeah, and I think just for the majority of people I've dated, like, money in terms of how they spend it, like, generally is not irresponsible. They might have, like, one thing that they like to spend a little bit more money, but never to the point where it put them in the negative or they couldn't manage their own bank account, so, yeah.
Yeah, like there's a lot of things that I would say regarding this, but I don't know if any of them are true or if they're just reflective of like partners. Like, so when we talk about like a joint bank account thing, I don't think I would mind having a joint bank account, but every girl I've dated is pretty similar to me, and that like if they're spending money, it's just like on travel or like food.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering like, and then I ask you the same question. If let's say I met a girl who was like, I don't want to say vain, that's a really rude way to put it, but like likes to like live it up. They like to go out and like buy a lot of clothes, a lot of shoes. They're spending a good chunk of change on stuff. Let's say that it gets to the point that like you're earning 80% of the money in the relationship and they're spending 80% of the money. At any point in time, would you ever look at your shit and be like, this kind of sucks? Or would you be like, oh, fuck it, we're married, they can do what they want if they want to buy a bunch of clothes or whatever?
No, I would have a conversation about the spending right away. If I ever felt like I was making this much and she was spending like crazy, it'd be an issue.
Yeah.
And I would hope that anybody who takes pride in... Like, I don't mind a girl who likes buying clothes. Like, I know some girls who like going to like thrift shops and they really take a lot of time to go find stuff and it's really like part of their hobby. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I probably wouldn't date a girl who's like obsessed with buying Gucci bags and, like stupid investments into like $13,000, watches and shit like that. Like, I could never date somebody like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it ever came to spending like that, I would definitely have an issue with what she's doing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's just the kind of people you select for. I've just never had that issue. I've never had women who felt so comfortable spending my money like that. And I felt like if you were very comfortable spending my money like that, you're probably like, our values are not aligned.
Yeah,
even
that's what
if
I
my girl made like billions of dollars, maybe I have too much pride or maybe something, but I would feel very uneasy spending her money knowing I can make some of my own and spend it when I feel like I've earned enough to get it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. I think, I'm curious how many people date or get married. Well, I know it happens. I mean, obviously it happens, assuming this is real.
Yeah.
And it does happen.
All the time.
Where people marry, but they've got wildly different spending habits. That seems like it would be a huge strain on the relationship.
Going into a lot of relationships, a lot of people don't talk about each other's finances or don't feel comfortable having those conversations.
I've heard that before, yeah.
A lot. I've asked these, like financially, like, what are these people like? And they just haven't had those conversations. That worries me. I pay attention to how people spend their money and how they talk about spending their partner's money. I actually stopped seeing a girl, this was like 3 years ago, because of the way she said she wanted me to finance things. Just like her comment instantly made me like, no, we can never do this. But I was also
I'm so curious. Like, what did she say? Or like, what was the comment?
To me, it's not even just what she said. How she said. She said, like, I want a traditional relationship. I expect my man to take care of all the bills, and if I want to spend more than usual, I want to make sure that he's okay with that. And I want to be in an environment where that's not going to be an issue, because I've had other environments where me spending money was a problem, and I didn't like it. And just the way she said it, It gave me the ick right away. I was like, it feels a little too entitled to someone else's money, considering you want to be traditional. I don't mind that, but don't be casually talking about spending other people's money that crazy, like it's nothing. So for me, it threw me off when she said that.
I think of, I'll give a hot take.
Go.
That feels like financial rape to me. That feels like the exact opposite side of the coin of a husband being like, I expect sex from my wife whenever I want it.
Yeah.
I'm entitled to this. She's my wife, blah, 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 blah. But hot take, I think if the woman ever makes statements like, I should be able to spend whatever my husband makes. I'm his wife. He's making money for me. He should be allowed to say that on the other end. It reminds me of the that Chris Rock skit where he's like, listen, if I have to pay alimony, I should get to fuck her once a week.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
Yeah. Do you ever deal with the opposite where your partner refuses to take your help? My soon-to-be fiance has 5 figures of credit card debt from past poor decisions. It's slowly declining. That I could pay off tomorrow without it hurting me, and she just fucking refuses. Her refusal to take my money costs her and eventually us thousands a year. I would say if you run into an issue like that, there's 2 things going on. One is it can be a character defect or it can be a character virtue. If somebody, like, she genuinely just might feel like this is my responsibility. I want to take care of this. I don't want to accept help from you because it makes me feel worse, especially if you're out earning her. That might be like a pain point for her, like where she feels bad about it. But secondly, if you really are going to share a life together, it's probably okay to have a conversation with her. It's like, hey, listen, like, you're going to be my wife. Pretty soon this is all going to be joined anyway. Like, let's work to make something better for the both of us. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think your problem is probably better than the other end, but it's still not great. But I think that's something that 2 people can work through.
Sure.
I like the fact that she wants to take care of stuff herself and she wants to manage it. Like, I think that's a commendable quality, but it is to her detriment and to the detriment of the relationship. So there has to be a point where she's realized, like, in an effort, it's like I have to have this conversation with my mom sometimes because she refuses to go to the doctor. And I'm like, lady, you're about to lose your eyesight. Just go to the doctor. She's like, no, I don't want to inconvenience you. You don't want to try. And I start to get upset at her because I'm like, because you don't take care of yourself, you're making my life harder. And so I had to make her realize that her not accepting my help in this moment, it makes me more miserable because in the long term, I'm going to have larger issues. I think this is very similar.
I super agree. Something that I used to say that I no longer say that kind of vibes into that is I've always said I'm like one of the easiest people in the world to date because I don't have basically any expectations. I can like take care of all my shit on my own. You don't have to do shit for me or whatever. And I used to think that was like a pro to dating me because I don't need anything, right? But then one thing I realize is if there are people that love you, they want to help you, they want to do things for you. It makes them feel good. It makes me feel good to do. So I should even know this myself. Like, I like doing things for my partner. I like doing things for people that like help them out or whatever. And when you're constantly refusing to do things that would dramatically improve your situation, when somebody else is not only offering help, especially if like in the case of your mom, like you're her son, like you would love to help her. And she should know that. It's a little bit selfish when people won't accept help from anybody or won't let anybody do anything like that because like you're depriving them of something that would make them feel better and something that would genuinely improve your own circumstances. So yeah.
Also, you're depriving them of the thing that you wouldn't want them to deprive you of.
Exactly.
Meaning,
that's the reciprocation.
The people who don't like accepting help love helping other people, and they love the feeling they get, or the emotional reward. But then they'll resist it. I'm like, you love it. You would hate it if I stopped you. So why are you stopping me from doing it? So I have to sometimes tell them like that's selfish on your part because I don't do that to you. I know it makes you feel good. So let me be involved as well.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you send me a second thing or?
The second thing, nah. You can just pull some stuff up. I'm good.
Oh. Well, what's up? What all are you saying what you're doing in Miami or?
Oh no, I just came down. Honestly, I was gonna go somewhere else, but then all this shit started popping out. So I'm like, yo, let me go check out on the homie, see how you doing.
Do you say when you came in, or are you private about that?
Yeah, I mean, I came in just a few days ago, so it's not long ago.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I have you and another friend in town. I know that friend from like 10 years back. So anytime I come down, me and him, we go out to eat, we kick it. It's good.
Okay, that's
so, yeah.
good. I've got a friend that I'm hanging out with. I think she's over there somewhere. And I try not to give specifics. I don't want to, but I mentioned that we might be going out to dinner tomorrow.
Okay.
And she was like,
"Do you want to come through?"
Yeah, she will. But she was like, "I think I saw Abba on the plane 2 days ago." And I was like, "Wait a second, where'd you fly from?" And then she told me, and I was like, "Oh shit."
Same city as me?
She absolutely did. Yeah.
Hey, is she from my city, or is she from one of the Canadian spots?
Is it Alberta? It's one of those weird country places.
Hey, shout out to her.
Yeah. But I thought it was funny.
Yeah, fellow Canadian. She don't like being on stream.
She probably doesn't mind. She's kind of shy, but
okay, I ain't mad at her. I'm gonna go say what's up to my fellow Canuck later. Yeah, what's poppin'?
Wow, Faye, thanks for the $10. Somebody typed in chat earlier. I think you're missing the point on weaponized incompetence. So for women, I agree they can up it in regards to like yard work, computer help, etc. But for men, they are doing this for chores they would do if they actually lived alone. So having the woman there pretending they just suck is frustrating because they have to do it if she wasn't there. I hear what you're saying, but I think that even men that live alone can be surprisingly incompetent at certain types of house chores. I think I mentioned this before, not to call anybody out or throw anybody under the bus. This is like a 12-year-old story. I've told this before. I remember that I went to a pro gaming house once when I was shuffling around on my StarCraft 2 days. And I remember I went to do laundry at this place, and they told me, if you're going to do laundry, you have to start the dryer the night before, and then you got to like turn it on multiple times. Like, what do you mean? She's like, they said it takes like 4 hours to dry your clothes. And I'm like, does it not work? And they're like, no, it just takes a long time. And I went to the dryer and I loaded my laundry up. And every time I go to check the link trap, because people never enter it beforehand. Have you ever seen the Grand Canyon?
I have, yeah.
When I pulled that lint trap out, I could literally see like decades of different colors of like clothing shit.
So nobody this entire time had ever taken out.
I think in the months that they'd been there, they had never changed it.
That's
and I'm
disgusting.
like, guys, this is like a fucking fire hazard. But go figure. The dryer actually worked perfectly fine.
That was good. All right. So what's next on the agenda, or do you want to talk about something else?
Well, when do you? I don't know. What do you want to?
I don't know. Normally, don't you just go through the reaction stuff, or does the actual real shit that you want?
I was answering questions from chat for 3 hours because everybody wants to ask random shit about, obviously, dating because now I'm divorced, so I can give the fresh dating takes. So Boogie had a financial audit I was going to go over. I still need to condense my notes on Israel-Palestine, which I haven't done, and then we were going to probably start reading about South America. I think that's what we're going to do.
Are you going to do the Venezuelan Guyanese thing going on?
Yeah, and now that
That is wild, right? They're basically using their historical connection to the land to basically annex it, and then Brazil's threatening to potentially be involved. So I don't know. I've read up just a tad bit on it, but it is interesting to watch on the outside. Because when's the last time outside of Russia that we've heard of people annexing lands like this and going through a referendum to do it too, as if it makes it legal?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's the breakup of Yugoslavia. I don't know what else. Yeah, territory changes are becoming very rare, like past like 1991. So it's pretty rare that this kind of stuff happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is going to be interesting to see what the international community is going to do about it. And also the fact that Venezuela's like, hey, listen, oil companies, you guys got 2 months to get the fuck up out of there. And oil companies that work with us, the moment they're out, you guys now have permits to go in and take up their spot. So like the whole economic aspect of it is.
Wait, are you talking about in the past when Venezuela nationalized their oil industries?
No, so because of the oil reserves discovered off the coast of Guyana, obviously there's been like a huge economic boom, and a lot of companies are coming in to reap the benefits of. Because I think Guyana
is that one of the things that just happened?
Yeah, Guyana. I think in terms of like per capita, the amount of crude oil that they have that's raw over there is like in the top 10. For a small country like that with that low of a population, it's huge what they've just discovered.
Yeah.
So some oil companies have been heavily involved. But yeah, essentially Venezuela is hoping to recoup a portion of that seawater, because if they get the land, then that's also a big part of the economic benefit that they're going to get from annexing it.
Yeah. That reminds me of fucking, have you ever heard anything about Norway and their shit?
No. Was it with the Exxon and the pipeline or something else?
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but like within the past, it might have been 30 years, some random fuck from Iraq like finds like some of the largest proven oil reserves in the world in fucking Norway. I think it was oil. I think it was oil. I think it was natural gas. I thought it was oil, or maybe was it natural gas? But it's like one of the largest reserves ever. And then apparently like a few months ago, somebody else finds, I think, the largest lithium reserve in the world, like under Norway. They're just like an unbelievably lucky country with a small population that just happens to be sitting on an ungodly amount of like natural resources. But
if it is Norway, then that's amazing.
Lithium, phosphate. Sorry, what did you say?
If that is true, then that's amazing for the economic prospects of the nation itself.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and the people, especially because it's such a small country. Yeah,
it is crazy that we're still finding so much natural. Because you would have expected by now with the technology that we have with outer space, the fact that we're still finding huge deposits. Because we always talk about how resources are finite on this planet. We're going to have to leave at some point. But it seems like we constantly find huge reserves that are going to really change the access to global energy on a huge scale.
Yeah. I think there's a couple things going on. One is that, like, because we look at, like, outer space and, like, we see so many galaxies away, but, like, so we must know everything on our own planet. But, like, discovering things on our own planet is a lot harder because you have to, like, dig and do a lot of weird shit to get inside. Like, looking at something like a star, like, 40 light years away, like, it's just there. You look at it. You point a telescope and you do spectral analysis and you blah, blah, blah. But for, like, stuff on the Earth, like, one is you have to dig a lot, which can be fucking annoying. But then two also is there's a lot of stuff out there, but, like, it's not worth going after because you've got to do, like, in Canada, for instance, you have to do so much work to, like, clean it to make it work that it's like it costs so much. But as energy becomes higher and higher, it becomes more worthwhile to dig and look for those other things.
Yeah. I think the ocean is probably the best example of that. Like, I don't know if that's true. Maybe I just read a stupid meme or something. But
yeah, that we know less about the ocean than we do about, like, the moon or some shit about
yeah, which is terrifying to think about. Because every time, like, they discover some new deep sea creature, I'm like, bro, they got treasures down there for sure.
Sure, yeah.
It is
lost
crazy.
City of Atlantis.
Yeah. I'd be curious about what's down there. But we can never find out because the level of pressure that's involved with having to explore it and the fact that, like, light will never reach down there far enough for us to be able to record anything with, I mean, you never get curious about these deep sea monsters?
Monsters, no. But, like, deep sea stuff, kind of, yeah. That's why we need Titanic 2 for James Cameron to go exploring somewhere.
Hey, listen, I don't believe in the Loch Ness Monster and all that stuff. But, I mean, if someone told me it's in the deep sea, I'd believe it.
I think the thing that was kind of the most disappointing for me on everything is there's got to be a lot of people that are still coping about this. People in the Catholic Church that believed in miracles and people on the ground that believed in UFOs. It's pretty disappointing that back when... Wait, how old are you again?
33. So
okay. When we were kids, those Bigfoot videos and everything, those were captivating.
Yes.
And it was so cool seeing that shit. But then notice how as we got older and cell phones came out, for some reason, it doesn't seem like we have all these videos. You would have expected that if these things were real, if UFOs were real, Loch Ness, that we're going to have like a million videos showing it, but like that never happened.
Oh, so you don't buy in the whole UFO stuff or all the sightings?
No, because we would have a million videos. Or like Catholics, right? Before, was Mother Teresa the last one to be canonized as a saint? I think in the Catholic Church, in order to be canonized as a saint, you have to have 2 confirmed miracles. Otherwise, you don't make it. But like now that we have video cameras and shit, like, well, fuck, it's a lot harder to do a miracle when people can get direct video evidence of it not happening. So... Yeah.
I think I've gone the opposite way with I feel that way about Bigfoot, but with UFOs over time, I've been slowly being like, maybe. Just maybe.
Yeah.
Just maybe.
Maybe they're just like flying around out there doing weird shit. Where is this guy in front of Congress? I bet some dude $1,000 that how long does he have until we're proving that the government has alien bodies, I think? Destiny's going to eat his words on the UFO takes. It's coming. Well, I made a bet with that one dude. We'll see.
I haven't heard anyone credible enough to make me feel like 100%, but they've laid off enough groundwork for me to have like some plausible deniability. Like, maybe I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're on the absolutely not. This hasn't happened. It's mostly been just fake bullshit.
Unfortunately, my stance, and I could be wrong, there was a thing that I saw a long time ago. It's pretty sobering, pretty stale answer from Stephen Hawking was the guy in the chair with the voice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think somebody asked him, like, what are the chances of intelligent life? And he basically said that as we stare out into the universe, if there was any intelligent life around us, the idea that we haven't seen radio waves or any evidence whatsoever of any of this means that the chances are life either takes too long to form, so like when we go extinct maybe in a billion years, life will form near us, or it's so far apart that we would just never run into them. And that's kind of the opinion that I've held for a long time, and I don't see anything to change that opinion. But... I think the biggest thing, I don't know what your interest is in terms of like physics and everything. I think the scariest thing is, this is very arrogant of me to say this also, and maybe it's completely wrong and blah, blah, blah. The scariest thing is the idea though, that we've closed in on like a pretty good model of the universe. There's still like a couple pieces that we haven't accounted for. Dark matter, I think, is a big one. But we've closed in on a pretty good model of the universe. And assuming that our models are correct, things like faster than light travel can never happen. And if that's true, you're kind of like fucked in terms of like ever getting anywhere meaningful into even the galaxy, let alone like other galaxies in the universe. Yeah.
Now, I'm not physics brain like that, but my understanding is like, isn't it highly possible that the upper limits of what we think are physically possible with physics is just what we theoretically believe right now, and it's highly possible we can discover new forms of speeds that surpass even light?
I think the problem is that we have a lot of formulas that we use to predict things and to measure things, and the only way that these formulas work, it has it so that like as you're increasing speed through like the fabric of space, the faster you go, like the more apparent like mass you'll have, and in order to actually travel faster than the speed of light, or it's written in equations as c, like to go faster than that, you have to be infinitely massive and have like infinite energy to do so, because all of the equations like curve up like that. Like if you want to go at that speed, your mass has to reach an infinite, like unquantifiable amount. Which is why it seems to be the case. Like photons are massless; they don't have mass. Like things that are going that fast are very, 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 very light or have no weight. And the issue is that as we've done more physics over time, there's some physics PhD that hates me. Okay, I'm sorry, because I might be fucking some of this, but as we've done more research over time, most of our big discoveries have just been confirming what we would call like the standard model, like stuff that we already expected to be there in physics. So like for instance, do you remember? It must be over a decade ago, like the Higgs boson or whatever.
No.
It was like the big particle that we discovered using, is it CERN, whatever our big particle accelerator was, but that particle was already predicted to be there. I don't think we've had any like huge, we haven't had any huge paradigm shifts in physics since like quantum mechanics like fucking like 80 years ago or whatever. So it's the scary thing is that we're kind of honing in on basically what the universe is, with obviously there's still more stuff to kind of explore and understand, and we're refining our knowledge, especially when it comes to like microprocessor creation, like how do we make smaller and smaller transistors that are like 7 nanometers wide and shit. But it's very maybe we're almost there.
Yeah, I always wonder about stuff like that, because I convinced myself that there's going to be a single discovery that we might make at some point that will completely break the laws of physics as we understand it, and then have to make us develop new equations based off of whatever particle or whatever thing that is that we discover.
That'd be cool. I hope so.
Yeah, because I don't know, maybe that's just my mindset, but I feel like we might have even felt like we came to that understanding of the world and society and just the galaxy itself maybe 100 or 200 years ago, and then there might have been a specific change that happened where we exploded again, and then we start to feel that regression. But again, this is just my layman brain, so I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what happens. It might be that the next big steps now are just all engineering based and not really are mostly engineering based and not sorry, what a dumb comment. And not like physics or fundamental understanding based, maybe.
Watching you IP ban people live in person is even better than seeing it through the screen. It's actually 100 times better. Yeah. This is way more entertaining. Who are we banning next?
Yeah, true.